Beyond the Event Horizon, a cosmic odyssey of interstellar intrigue, time travel, and alien encounter. Chapter 1. The discovery. It was the year 2087, and humanity had made significant progress. Interstellar travel had become a reality, and colonies had been established in other galaxies. But something was amiss. There was a sense of unease among the leaders, a vague feeling that something was out there, something they couldn't quite explain. Dr. Samantha Lee, a leading astrophysicist, finally had the breakthrough she had been waiting for. After countless years of studying anomalies in space, she had discovered a new type of black hole, unlike anything they had ever seen before. This black hole had an event horizon that extended much further than any scientists had ever seen. She had named it Beyond, and it was unlike anything they'd ever come across. Dr. Lee presented her findings to the United Nations Space Agency, and a team was quickly assembled to explore the Beyond. The team was led by Captain Karl Anderson, a seasoned astronaut who had been to Mars twice and was known for his fearlessness in the face of danger. As the team prepared for their expedition, there was a sense of excitement and nervousness in the air. They knew that they were about to embark on a mission that could change the course of history forever. The team consisted of 5 astronauts, 2 scientists, and a support crew. The journey to the Beyond was long and arduous, but the team finally made it to the edge of the black hole's event horizon. They sent probes into the black hole, but none of them had ever emerged. The team knew that they had to take a chance and enter the Beyond themselves. Captain Anderson led the team courageously into the Beyond. As they traveled through the event horizon, they entered a wormhole that transported them to an unknown location. When they came out of the wormhole, they found themselves in a completely uncharted area of space. They couldn't determine where they were, and their communication systems were down. Chapter 2. The encounter. As the team explored the area, they came across a planet that seemed to be habitable. They landed their spacecraft and discovered that the planet was inhabited by an intelligent alien race. The aliens, however, were not very welcoming, and the team was forced to flee back to their craft. The aliens seemed to be hostile, and the team couldn't understand why. They soon discovered that the aliens were guarding an object of great importance: the time warp, a device that allowed time travel. The team realized that if they could obtain the time warp, they could go back in time and prevent the aliens from ever encountering humanity. They knew that it was the only way to prevent a possible war with the aliens. But obtaining the time warp would not be easy. The aliens had weapons that they had never seen before, and they were highly skilled in the art of combat. The team decided to hire a mercenary, a highly skilled fighter who had experience in interstellar combat, to help them get the time warp. With the mercenary's help, the team battled their way through the aliens and finally reached the time warp. They knew that they had only one chance to activate the device and travel back in time. Chapter 3. The consequence. The team activated the time warp and found themselves back on Earth, 100 years in the past. They knew that they had to prevent the aliens from ever encountering humanity. They worked tirelessly to change history, carefully manipulating events to ensure that the aliens would never come into contact with humanity. As the years passed, the team watched as humanity evolved in a world where the alien race never existed. The world was very different from the one they had known, but they knew that they had made the right decision. But as time passed, they began to realize that their actions had consequences. By changing the past, they were changing the future. They began to see these changes in the form of ripples, small alterations in events that led to sweeping changes in history. The team knew that they had to return to their present, but they also knew that they couldn't return to the same world they had left. They had to take a chance and return to a world where humanity had encountered the aliens, hoping that they could prevent the catastrophic events that had occurred. Chapter 4. The team returned to the beyond, hoping to make their way back to their own time. But they soon discovered that the world they had left was not the same world they had returned to. The changes they had made had significant consequences, and they found themselves in the middle of an interstellar war between humanity and the aliens. The team was shocked at what they saw. The war had been raging for years, and both sides had suffered significant losses. They knew that they had to act quickly to prevent the war from continuing. Working with both sides, the team was able to negotiate a truce. They used their knowledge of the future to prevent the events that had led to the war, and slowly but surely, the two sides began to reconcile. As the team prepared to return to their own time, they looked back at the world they had saved. They knew that the changes they had made would have far-reaching consequences, but they also knew that they had done everything they could to prevent a catastrophic event. The team looked out at the beyond, and they knew that they had seen and experienced things that few others ever would. As they prepared for their journey home, they knew that they would never forget their cosmic odyssey of interstellar intrigue, time travel, and alien encounter.